Hi my friends, it's Ian. I've been asked to put together a video of what is in my go bag. Now first of all, I should explain what a go bag is. A go bag is in preparation for some kind of disaster. It could be civil unrest, it could be smell of gas in your house. We've had some serious winds just lately. The roof starts caving in, something like that. So you grab this bag and you get out. So what you need in that bag is some essentials. I'm going to start with the most important. Okay, before food and things like that. The most important thing you need in there is a copy of your medical, not records, but your prescriptions. You might need your, national insurance number, a copy of your driving license, copy of your passport, something to prove who you are. Okay, that sort of thing. And also 3 days supply of the tablets that you take. Now, when you start to get older, your tablets become many. Okay. So, and also in that bag are other essentials. Now, what I'm going to show you is what I have in my bag. Okay. Now, everybody has seen this, and I've just put it out of reach, and it's called my brew kit. Okay. It's my brew kit. So you've all seen that in videos. I'll put a link in. And this is important to me because what that's got inside there is a pot, a titanium pot to keep the weight down. It's got a pop-up cup on the top, the blue one. For those that have seen it, you know exactly what I mean. And also there is a what we call a shoe polish stove in there and some bioethanol fuel. It's got a lighter in there. I've also got in this bag, I've got some waterproof matches. I've also got a fire stick, you know, one of them sparky sticks. I've got one of them. So what I'm going to do then is take, and I've got to put all this back in here. And that is where the art lies. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo the front part first of all. You won't be able to, let's put it down so you can see some of it. You can just see my head now. Let me have a look. Oh, okay. I'll show you bit by bit. Okay, so in here, it mentioned on this list that I saw once, some kind of a plastic sheet for shelter. And that's what I've got there. Okay, so this is the first thing that I'm taking out my bag. I'm not going to take them out in any kind of list of importance. I'm just taking everything out, and then I'm going to invite you round here to put it all back in. So, a plastic sheet. I got this from Homebase. That is now shutting down. But you can get them from, Yorkshire Traders, whatever. I've got 2 torches. And this is about the only thing that I need to keep checking in this bag as to whether this torch and the other one that I've got. So I'm going to put everything on here. So look now, I've got a head torch there. Okay, so this was from Poundlands, and the great thing about the head torch is you put it on your head, and no matter where you look, that's where your light's going to go. Now then, I've got a crazy thing in here that you might think that's a bit strange, but I've got in there about 5 ovens. More about that in a minute. Yes, ovens. Right, let's have a look. Also, I've got in mine, which you don't really need, but there's you can get things called survival kits. It's a small tin that I've put a elastic band around, because elastic bands actually do come in handy. and it's got all sorts in there, from that fire stick to start a fire, all sorts of little things, magnifying glass, stuff that you don't really need, but I thought, well, I've got it, so I'm going to put it in there anyway. Okay, I've also got there a sewing kit and a fishing kit. Might not need it, might need it. I can fish, I know how to fish. I've also got there, and I've flattened this, some duct tape, and that'll help with that shelter. Okay, anything else in the bottom of here? Yes, another important thing. This is called, let's get this right, well, it's a survival shelter, okay? And I can get inside this, and I think there's enough room in there for 2 people to keep me warm. Carol's got more or less the same as me, only a little bit lighter, because mine weighs, as I say, 10 kilos. Kaz is weighing about 7 kilos. So can you carry that much? Who knows? Right, I think that's about it down. Oh no, I've got another silver blanket there, okay? One to sit upon. Right, so that's that little pouch. Now for the main part. In this side, in one of my side pockets just here, water is really, really important. I don't know where I'm going to get caught out. If it's civil unrest, I don't want to be in a town. So I'll go somewhere, who knows where. And you can only carry so much water. It's heavy. It's heavy. So I bought myself something light, and this will filter 1,000 litres of water. It is like a life straw, okay? So they are good. But this will actually fit onto a, can you see that? I'm hoping you can see that. Fit onto a bottle. And you can do, and it's got something else in there, collapsible bag. You can collect the water in, and this, that and the other. Oh, also, I've got some dead minions. People say to me, what's a dead minion? Oh, well, that looks like a minion to me, does it to you? And parents and grandparents might recognise this as the toy container out of a Kinder Egg. Don't chuck them away. Because what I've got inside this, and this is where my fire steel comes in, I can start fires without this, but it's dead easy. Inside this, if I can get it open, well, I don't know why it won't open, thank you, is some cotton wool, and it's got Vaseline in it. Now this can be used for a number of things, okay, but the primary use for me is I'll open this up, fluff it up, and that will burst into flames and I can start a fire. Okay, so I can warm water up, I can cook food, anything. So that's that. Right, now into the big container. What food do you put in a go bag? Now, I've spoke about weight, and I like to try and keep things as light as I possibly can. You can get what's called, well, you can get tins for a start, tins of beans and so on and so forth, beans and sausage. They're all brilliant, but they all weigh. And food for 3 days in tins is going to weigh quite a lot. So with being in the reserves, and also I go camping, as you know, I take with me dry food and wet food. Now this is a sample of wet food. It's made by Wayfair, and that tastes gorgeous. Believe you me, it tastes gorgeous. Chicken tikka masala. What I would do, I would heat up water in this. I would roll this up, and I would put that in the pot and I would leave it in there until you get piping hot. Or with these, you can eat them cold. They're ready cooked and it's wet. Okay? So they're great, but they weigh a bit. So, next best things. I've only got one of those. I use these. Let me take that out of the way. Okay, and this is chicken tikka with rice. You can see a theme coming here. Carol, do you want to get my phone, sweetheart, please? There's always somebody. No, I don't know the number. You could take it out if you want. Okay, chicken tikka, so I love this. I have got other varieties as well. Now this is dry food and weighs a lot less, but then you need a source of water to make this edible. So what we do is, there's a mark inside, we undo this and we top it up to that line with hot water. Okay, and this is a big meal. There's more in that than what there is in that, and I'm a big fella and I need a big meal. Okay, I'm not sure how many calories are in here. Now, why do I buy this instead of tins and things like that? Well, yes, we've talked about lightness, but also this I bought 2 years ago. I haven't got to keep going in that go bag and swapping out food. This will last 2029. Okay, so another 4 years of that. This particular one runs out at the end of this year, so I'll have to eat this and swap it out, or I might get another one of those. Now the thing is with this is expensive. You're talking round about from 10 to 13 pound for one of them. And I've got 5 of these, and I've got 1 of the wet food. That's my choice. Okay? But I bought one a week, hoping that I don't need it. I don't need my go bag. In fact, I bought 2 a week. Okay? Right, also I keep some of this. This is water, and I believe it's triple bagged. Now this is the sort of water, if you've got a luxury liner and there's a mishap on there, you get life rafts, and you'll find that kind of food and you'll find this kind of water stowed on them. So they hit the water, they blow up, not these, the life raft. Okay, so they start to inflate, and then round the edges in different pockets is water. Now the reason I've got these is, it's not that I take them camping, because I don't. I take a couple of litres with me when I go camping, and I also take a life straw or a filter. Okay, so I can get that from wherever I'm camping, and I usually camp where there's some water. The reason I've got these is because of that same thing. If you've got a go bag with fresh water in it, you've got to swap it at least once a week, once a fortnight. And if you forget to do that, so this has got a life expectancy. When does this run out? This will actually run out this year. I've had this 4 years. 4 years. Probably even more than that. I probably have yes, even more than that. Because I first heard about go bags and thought it was a good idea around about 15 years, 16 years ago. So they could be 10 years old. Okay? It's kept in a cool place, so everything's good. Right, so that's my water. I have 3 of these. Right, more food. chicken fried rice, 5 bean, beef stew with potatoes. They are absolutely gorgeous. Right, now in this one is a stormproof jacket. Okay, stormproof jacket. I want to keep dry. So also in this particular one, I've got spare clothes, spare socks, everything. It's within a plastic bag, within this nylon bag. Complete set of clothes. Right, and that way, with what I've got on and what's in that bag, I'll have a wash and a wear. Let's have a look in here now. This is where all my essentials are. Those documents, those tablets and things like that. And also a wash kit, a towel, and so on and so forth. I've also got a more or less a repeat of this in my car. That's just me. I've got the car to do that. It's got a couple of drawers and it's got some things in there. So if I'm in my car, I've got a bonus. This is, and you don't need to get one of these, not if you've got yourself a plastic sheet. This is what's called a 3x3 tarp. Okay, they call them tarpaulins. They're not. It's nylon. Okay, and that's waterproof. I can make a shelter for 2 with that. And also, last but not least, on that list that I saw, it says a blanket. Well, I've got a summer sleeping bag here. Well, it'll actually go down to, let's have a look. That's upside down here. It's good up to 2 degrees, okay? And then I would probably get inside that shelter as well. So I'd be toasty warm with that, okay? I'd already got this, so I may as well use this instead of getting a blanket. A blanket to me would be quite bulky. So that's quite good. This has actually got a built-in bug net. So when you zip it up, if you're in the summer and there's bugs about, there's a bug net in there that you can cover your face with. And that's it. That's what's in Ian's go bag. Now then, I did say I'd explain what these are for. These are what we call oven bags, and they're used in the forces. Okay, what it is, you know these hand warmer things, where you just rip the bag and you scrunch it up and you put it in your gloves or something like that. Well, this has got one of those in it, but on an industrial scale. So what you do with your wet food, not the dry food, because that needs water in it. Okay, with your wet food, although I did say you can eat this cold, what you can do if you don't like cold food, you can warm this up by putting that inside the bag and then filling it up to this little line just here. There's a squiggly line on there. Okay, I'm not sure whether you could see that. Okay, fill that with cold water, give it a good shaking, seal the bag up with a piece of sellotape that's on here, and then within about 10 minutes that cold food is piping off. And what I have done before now, when I've used these, I saw them and I thought I'm going to get them. They do issue them to the forces as well now, I believe. Is wrap it up like that, make sure there's no water in it. I think that absorbs most of the water, but if there is any water, and I tip it out and it's still red hot, and I put it inside my sleeping bag. Yeah, so there you go. You don't need that, but what you do need are your essentials. Start with all your documents, your tablets, your medical documents, maybe your government documents like national insurance number and things like that. If people want to know who you are, you should be able to display that to them. And then start thinking about food, water, clothing, shelter, things like that. Okay. Technically, this has only got to last about 3 days, because if something did happen, like the roof started blowing on, I could go around to friends and I wouldn't be putting on them because I've got my own food. I don't mind eating this anytime. But no doubt somebody will say, no, keep that, I'll feed you. If you've got good friends like that, then that's good. But I'm self-sufficient for 3 days. If I have to, civil unrest and everything started going bonkers, who knows? Could happen. It's happened in other countries. Why shouldn't it happen in sleepy Little Britain? We don't know, do we? So if I'm caught out in the open, then I've got things here that'll help me survive. Okay, my friends, so this is Ian saying thanks very much, and hope you enjoyed this video. And for those that asked what's in my go bag, you now know, you nosy people. Bye.